Let there be bite.
Let there be bite.
Let there be bites.
Let there be bite.
It was my first trip to San Diego. When visiting a city for the first time, like most people, I try to get a feel for what's going on. Being from the Midwest, beaches and coastline top the list. So how were they? Stunning. Exactly as you'd expect. But to really learn something about a city, you have to ask some harder questions, less obvious answers. Who lives here? And what kinds of things do they do? Fortunately for me, the city offered a compact answer to those questions. 30th on 30th, a celebration of the North Park neighborhood's spirit in the form of food and drink. So, for a couple hours, I walked around on 30th Avenue with Let There Be Bite mastermind Jane and my brother Andrew, eating food, drinking beer, and talking to folks about the evening. Our first stop was the Ritual Tavern, where I met co-owner Stacy Wilkins.
I'm Stacy Wilkins, co-owner of Ritual Tavern.
So what did they have for 30th on 30th this go-round?
30th on 30th, we're doing Niman Ranch Pork Carnitas Tacos.
Behind any good food, there's probably a story. Stacy lets us in on their street-style taco.
Okay, so taco narrative. Let's see, every good taco is on a good tortilla. These tortillas are made right around the corner on El Cajon Boulevard. There's a tortilleria inside Pancho Villa, and we run over there, grab the tortillas, bring them here, and they're so hot when we get them.
They use slow-braised Niman Ranch pork, along with organics from Susie's Farm and herbs from San Diego Tea and Spice. Finished off with
lime, cilantro, onions, hot sauce.
I nailed down two 30th on 30th goers to share some impressions of those tacos with us.
I don't know. Looks good. Looks like a taco.
Looks like a taco.
Yeah, I mean.
It smells like a taco. That smells like a taco.
Feels like a taco.
I think there's one more taco test you need to do now. It's probably the taste like a taco. Then they dug in.
The salsa definitely hits you first.
Well, everything definitely tastes pretty fresh. I like that.
Not too spicy. Good texture. Yeah, and I think that's some cilantro there that's kind of tucked in the side, and that's definitely coming out as I'm finishing it.
Our next stop, the Linkery, just a few blocks away. So what's up at the Linkery for 30th on 30th? Paige McWay, server at the Linkery.
Pastured lamb slider. It was made with our house-made barbecue sauce with a little fennel, onion, and Napa cabbage from Susie's Organic Farm. And the lamb came from a farm up in San Luis Obispo. And we served it on a semolina bun that's house-made, and we also had a half pour of the Ballast Point Big Eye IPA available.
We learned a valuable lesson at the busy Linkery. Be on time. They'd run out of sliders, so it was a tasty plan B.
We had some of our house-made sausages available, and tonight it was the andouille, which is a really spicy Cajun sausage.
How did these sausages hold up? A few samplers do one of my favorite things for the mic. They gave me a review with a mouthful of what they were reviewing.
I don't know, it's good, man. It's like this mix of little spiciness.
So it's like, you bite in the bun, it's a little bit like, kind of, just
It's like a little spicy aftertaste, too. I like that.
The spice contrasts really nicely with the bread. I bit my cheek.
A little bit of human flesh, a little cannibal interlude.
It was so good. It doesn't really need condiments. That's about as good as a sausage gets, I think.
Our next stop, El Take It Easy. So what's on the menu?
A creamy pork belly taco.
Every 30th and 30th we serve the same thing.
Stephanie Tate, General Manager of El Take It Easy.
We do pork belly tacos, which are a hit on our menu. It's Berkshire pork belly. It's really decadent. It's house-made hot sauce, cabbage slaw, corn tortillas.
Pork belly tacos every 30th on 30th? Why?
It's the most popular item. It's a hit. It's really good. Did you taste one?
Now, the pork belly taco litmus test. What did El Take It Easy's audience think?
No, pork belly is such a nice, tender piece of pork. And then when you put the cabbage with it and the smoothness of the sauce, I don't know what the sauce is, but I got to tell you, it's beyond bacon. It's really absolutely fantastic.
Beyond bacon.
Beyond bacon. It's absolute goodness. Like sinful good, bacon good, belly.
Final stop, Sea Rocket Bistro, where they graciously kept the kitchen open a few more minutes just for us. There, I spoke with executive chef and Sea Rocket Bistro co-owner, Chad White. So what did they have?
We took a local squid and we olive oil poached it. We charred romaine lettuce, piquillo peppers, preserved lemon, and made a chipotle oil that we marinated the salad in and served it with the Ballast Point Chipotle beer.
Since I had the executive chef, I asked Chad how they approached the task of coming up with a dish for 30th on 30th.
As far as like creating a dish for it, I kind of just look at what I have in house or what's seasonal at the moment, and I try to create from there. I get a lot of inspiration from the staff inside the kitchen and from other chefs around town.
And for our final food reviewer, and the last word, we turn to Let There Be Bite maestro Jay, who gives a review of the calamari at Sea Rocket Bistro.
That was probably the most delicious thing I've eaten tonight. It was so tender, and I talked to Chef Chad White, who's new here, just a couple weeks, and he had olive oil poached the calamari, just melted in your mouth, which I love because so often calamari can be rubbery and just not that interesting. And he mixed it in what I love when I was living in Italy, which they would often do a calamari salad, which would be kind of room temperature or like a cold plate, where it would almost be just kind of olive oil dressed. But he kicked it up with these piquillo peppers, which were a little bit sweet, and then shishito peppers, which gave it a real kick, as well as preserved lemon, which was just so subtle. And he had to tell me it was actually preserved lemon. I had to ask him because that's how subtle it was. But it really made a kick when you understood what it was. The last thing was a chipotle oil to really gave it a nice kick without being overwhelming. And it was also refreshing with the romaine that was charred in there. So it was a bit of a salad that was both spicy yet not too spicy and just hit the spot. It was the best way to end this night.